And we're going to be looking at the Nigeria Governors Forum. It's a coalition of the elected governors of the 36 states of the Federation. It's a non-partisan association which seeks to promote unity, good governance, better understanding and cooperation among the states, and ensure a healthy and beneficial relationship between the states and other tiers of government. It was formed in 1999 and it is registered under Part C of the Companies and Allied Matters Act of 1990 and also draws its legality from Section 40 of the 1999 Constitution. It's my pleasure this morning to welcome the chairman of the NGF, the Nigeria Governors Forum, Governor Rotimi Amechi. Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you for coming, Excellency.
You're welcome.
And we also have the host governor in the studio with us. It's my pleasure to welcome Governor Aliyu Wamako. Good morning. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
We expect that 36 governors are present as we speak in Sokoto for the NGF retreat. Why did the NGF find this retreat necessary, and why now?
When we met last time in Abuja, some of us felt, well, we viewed that there was a need to step back and review what we've done as a group. And after the assessment, there was also the need to chart the way forward. There was a need to look at the country, because what you're going to hear today will be a lot about whether the country is making progress or not. Privately, or maybe publicly too, you may also hear whether the Nigerian Governors Forum has made progress, and if it has, what will be the way forward. If it has not, what are the failures, what are the inadequacies that we need to address? All that will be addressed here today. Then the issue was, where do we go to? Where do we hold this forum? And the governor of Sokoto State, in his generous and kind manner, decided to host it so that we can come and see the history of the Sokoto Caliphate, and we are glad to come.
Okay, let's move on to Your Excellency. You've agreed to host this. What was the reason behind your wanting and agreeing to host this?
Well, like the chairman has just said, we all believe that late is better than absent. So what we do is, when we discovered the need for this retreat, we feel we should quickly start, because the intention, the ideas, the benefits are so enormous that we have to immediately know how to start somewhere, somehow. That's why I was agreed to give, just to allow the first of its kind to be in Sokoto, so that at least somebody has to make the sacrifice or host it to what we could have some start somewhere. Otherwise, we may have to take time debating or even voting, depending where that we have start. But let me also say, yesterday I had some questions. People asked me why the first meeting of Nigerian Forum outside Abuja. I told the guy no. 3 years ago we had a similar meeting in Nenago and Bayelsa. So it's not the first time we are meeting outside Abuja. It's the second time we meet outside Abuja. And even we had a resolution that henceforth all NGO government meetings are going to treat among the states in the country. That the government will be able to see, to know more about their country, to see physically and know what they talk on fact and figures, not on sentiment and emotions. So we felt the need was so enormous. If you see the topics outlined for this retreat, good governance, economy, security, rule of law, you see the resource person, that you know that this is a very, very important aspect of the NGF. It's a bold approach toward good governance. It's a bold approach towards the concern with the future and prosperity of the unity and prosperity of this country, Nigeria. Because we have a duty as governors of this country to make sure that what is worth doing is worth doing well. We have a duty to look back and see how far have we gone. Are we really repeat the required journey, or do we need to do something better? And with this kind of retreat, with the kind of we are going to take stock of what had happened, as I guess what is supposed to happen, and agree on the way forward. Okay. But what we do it.
Okay. Now, before we go into the nitty-gritty of the issues going to be looked at this retreat. Let me just put this question to you, because there's some naysayers who have said that the Governors Forum doesn't really serve any purpose, apart from that time when we didn't know what was happening to our president, and it was the NGF that stepped in and actually moved things along. That is about the only thing that a lot of Nigerians remember the NGF for. What else would you say the NGF has achieved?
Well, that way you classify people say that the Governors Forum serves no purpose. First, if you look at what transpired between us and the federal government over the issue of oil subsidy, if we didn't step in, oil subsidy would have hit 3 trillion. That we're talking about 2.3 trillion now is because the NGF stepped in. We refused to collect our monthly allocation more than 4 times in 4 different months, because it was ridiculous to hear that oil subsidy that was 300 billion naira when Yar'Adua was alive, or when Obasanjo was president, has astronomically risen to trillions, not even 500 billion, not 800 billion, but 2.3 trillion. And governors had to step in. And when we stepped in, things had to stop. That's why they stopped at 2.3. They would have gotten also up to 3 trillion. The level of corruption that was going on would have hit 3 trillion. The next time governors, and we were in court, by the way, we would have to take the matter to court, because we believe that the president didn't have powers to just take the money belonging to the federation and be paying some young men who don't know where to lift oil from. They just bring in papers and they're paid every day. Now, we stepped in at that. We stepped in on excess crude account. Since January, before the election, the second term election of the Nigerian Governors Forum chairman, what was left in the excess crude account was about between $8 and $9 billion. Because nobody's asking again, as well as had last month, as had last week, only $4 billion from 9.
But it's quite interesting you said that.
So you can see the role we play. The absence of Governors Forum will worsen the situation.
Okay. Now, Your Excellency, you may be aware that a member of the Senate recently mentioned that excess crude account is an illegal.
We say so. We say that the federal government should pay us our money, because the Supreme Court has said it is illegal, and the fact that they are still keeping that account shows how much respect we have for our judiciary. The Supreme Court has ruled that the excess crude account is illegal, and the more they keep that money, the more the account is mismanaged. We don't know how the money is managed. We just wake up one day, they say it's 9 billion. The next meeting in 2 months, is 4 or 5 billion would have disappeared. Who is doing that? Is that the governors? But an account that's supposed to, that belongs to the federal government, the state government, and the local government.
But does anyone get told what the money is?
No. Nobody's told. Nobody's told. Nobody's told. It just disappears.
The governor of Sokoto, Your Excellency, you are one of the members of the Governors Forum, and you are de facto governor of Sokoto State. How do you feel when money that was meant to be shared by the states and the federation and all its units is being kept in an account that you have no understanding of it?
You know, it is, as a matter of fact, it is a very painful event or approach to governance. We all spoke against this, at one time, or the other, we spoke against this account, and we believe that this money is supposed to be invested in the future of Nigeria. We are creating jobs for our youth. We are investing more in the areas of infrastructure. But we're keeping the money for a hungry man. Doesn't make sense. Ordinary Nigerians are not as happy as they should be, not as well paid as they should be, not as well housed as they should be, don't have the right infrastructure as they should be. I think there's a need. We feel that there's a need for this money to be used to provide the required services so that we can grow as a nation to meet the demands of the dream of our fathers and also our own dreams of better and prosperous and stable Nigeria.